For question number 11, we look at table 2. In table 2 out here, we see that the shells that were punched were 79.2% and the survivors were 11. If we were to add up shells ingested and the survivors and find out the percentage of survivors, we would approximately get 10% of survivors. And as we know that all survivors had unpunched shells, we can safely assume that approximately 10% of the shells were unpunched. 79.2 or approximately 80% were punched, 10% had been unpunched, which leaves us with the remaining 10%, which means that 20% of the shells were unpunched, where 10% is where the Albinia had survivors. So, if we were to answer the question that is it possible that all of the Albinia with unpunched shell survived ingestion, it's not true because out here the 10% of the shells that were unpunched did not have survivors and the 10% did have survivors. Hence, answers A and B are eliminated and options C and D are kept under observation. If we look at answer D, we see that no, because approximately 80% of Albinia shells were unpunched, which is not true. Since we just calculated right now, approximately 20% of them were unpunched. Hence, D is eliminated. C states that no, because approximately 20% of Albinia shells were unpunched, which is true, and approximately 10% of ingested Albinia survived. We just calculated that the 11 survivors would make up 10% of the total population of Albinia. Hence, out here, option C is the correct choice.